Hi guys, welcome back to UnFamous. I'm your host, Elissa Lorenn, and today I have a very special guest here, my ex-roommate.
Lesbian lover,
old cat lady, all of the above.
Facts.
Tobi Marlin.
Hi.
Hello, oh my god, thank you for being here. I am so excited. She is one of my first friends here in LA, other than my, the first girl I ever lived with.
Yeah. We have to talk about how we met.
Because I almost never spoke to her again because of it.
Yeah.
But basically, we went to school together, and we had our very first class, multiple classes, together, because we were in, a cohort. And you dissed me.
I did it on purpose. I did not.
I was going to say, did you literally just
I did not do it on purpose.
She subconsciously admits to it already.
Okay.
Yeah, she dissed me, and no one disses Elissa Lorenn, but basically we had to go get our books, and her and I went up, were we getting our books or something? No, it was our ID photo or something weird. And I, go to her and, I'm trying to be nice. There was a reason I remember trying to be nice. I think you just looked very overwhelmed. You looked very,
as always,
out of sorts. And
very
I was just like, hey, do you want, we're in the same class. Do you want me to just wait for you? I can wait while you, get finished whatever you're doing. No, you can go.
I did not say it like that. Okay, I told her, no, it's okay, because I felt bad.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm trying to be nice, make a friend, be all sweet, and she's like...
And I'm trying to be nice, but also I have social anxiety, so...
Yeah, so we went back. I remember literally being like, to my roommate, because she was also in the class, being like, I fucking hate that bitch.
Oh, I'm surprised my head wasn't cut off at that point.
Yeah. No, I think that I was caught off guard because it was, the first day of, classes. So I wasn't in the right, space yet to really
destroy
you.
Yes.
So you were not my first victim.
And now we're best friends. And lesbian lovers. And we live together, so, okay.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, her legit contact name in my phone is, it used to be Tobi, in parentheses, roommate, Marlin. Now it is Tobi, in parentheses, ex-roommate, Marlin. Just because, I have so many people in my phone because I am so famous.
She just needs a reminder who I am.
I just, I forget. She's not a very memorable person in my life.
It's Elissa's world and we're just living in it.
I'm so glad you realized that.
Right.
If you guys hear any noises in the background, she has two devilish cats that absolutely terrorize me.
They're literally obsessed with you.
They're obsessed, and I'm very allergic to cats, and I absolutely, I genuinely, there are nights where when we lived together, I would have been okay. Well, actually, we should get into the time that I almost genuinely let them die.
What do you mean?
I hope you know this. But she was out of town. I was, looking after the cats, and there was a fire alarm. And the building was quite literally on fire. This wasn't an emergency.
I don't think I know this.
And I remember calling my parents being should I go? The alarm's going off. It's the middle of the night. All of these people are leaving.
Oh, yes, you did. Yeah.
And I leave, and I'm outside. Fire trucks start showing up. I'm seeing smoke come from the top of the building. And I'm on the phone with my mom, and I go, oh my God, the cats are still inside. She's like, Elissa. And I was like, sorry, I'm not going back in for them. If they croak, they croak. You know what? I'm not going to risk my life.
Right, because of my cat.
For two animals that are not even my own, and they, genuinely, scare. They would have figured it out. Cats have 9 lives.
Facts.
Would have, gotten rid of one.
Okay.
Moving on.
Well, I think also it's very hard to grab them anyway.
I would have literally, it would not have worked.
No.
You know what I mean? So then I would have just risked my own life, and, a celebrity can't die for 2 cats.
Okay. Actually, it has saved me a few times, though. I was, totally behind on a math assignment. I think it was actually my final.
And you said your cat burned to pieces?
I said my cat burned to pieces. No. There was, a fire here, And I took them, I put them in their carrier, sat outside. I was only outside for like 10 minutes. The building wasn't even on fire. But I took a picture with me and my cats outside, sent it to my teacher, and he was like, oh my god, like, obviously thinking it was a big deal.
Your house was on fire.
Yeah, so I got, like, a whole day extension on my math assignment, so...
Well, that's fun.
They saved my life. So
there you go.
There you go.
When we lived together, we had very thin walls. I used to... I'm quite jealous because I was not getting it as much. I mean, you're in a relationship. She, like I said, is a butch queen.
Oh, yes.
But... yeah, you definitely, like, a huge turn of events. We would all think that Elissa would be the biggest whore in the house. But, I mean, I would just, randomly go into the kitchen for a glass of water in the middle of the night and hear you having sex.
Listen, if you're quiet during sex, it's just not as enjoyable.
Agreed. No, 100%. Listen,
yeah.
1,000,000%. It's just very funny, in the middle of the night, like, me high as fuck probably, like, walking into the kitchen, just, like... hearing two lesbian lovers going at it, and it's, quite...
Listen, just enjoy the show. Enjoy
You're
the
right,
ride.
you're right. Honestly, I probably could have sold the, like, voiceover to somebody. Somebody would have bought it.
OnlyFans of just
you.
noises.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a boy over?
Call me out.
Not too much shade. I mean, we were being very COVID safe.
Yeah.
And we lived, the majority of the time we lived together was COVID.
I would say, and not that we weren't COVID safe, I would say maybe half the amount of time we lived together was COVID. So it's a little embarrassing on my part.
No, because it was like February, and then we moved in like November.
Oh, you're not wrong.
Yeah, it was like basically COVID the whole time we lived together.
That makes me feel a lot better because no, I did not have sex with anyone in that apartment. I don't even think I brought a boy over to that apartment.
I don't know.
There were a few times I was going to go on the rooftop with a boy.
You might have a couple of times.
No.
I just remember hanging out with Shelby and Dominic, but that's like the only time I remember people
even that's like
over.
my married couple friend, not like that I was like fucking them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think I ever really brought a boy over during that time. Kind of sad, kind of embarrassing. I mean, I still haven't even like christened the new apartment. But listen, like I said, I've been prepping for this pandemic my entire life. I am very much used to asking strange men for their results since I was a 14-year-old boy on Grindr.
Yeah.
I did shrooms for the first time this past weekend.
I'm so jealous.
It was quite an adventure. Listen, I genuinely thought of it as therapy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, everyone talks about the fact that it really just, like, opens your mind, helps with, all types of, like, issues. Mm-hmm. And so I was very excited. And it definitely didn't disappoint. It's not, like, I think that people think that you're, like, tripping and going crazy. It really was not. It was more of just, like, I felt energy.
Yeah.
It was
I definitely thought it would be like, you're tripping.
I'm not like seeing SpongeBob going, I'm ready, like in the corner as I'm just like, what the fuck's going on, It was more of just like, the carpet looked like it was breathing and moving and like, it was just like more of that versus anything else. But it was a pretty fucking cool experience. I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah, and then you came over and, her power was out for a few days.
Oh my god, yeah, my power went out for like 3 days. I've literally wanted to off myself. Like, I'm surprised no one found me hanging in the closet.
Literally.
I was so stressed out. Do you guys know what it's like to live without power? I mean, it felt like I was living on like a food stamp fantasy. Like, the power was shut off. And I was just like, what the fuck? How do people do this,
Like you were back in the 1800s. Wait. When was electricity?
I don't know. I couldn't even cook. I mean, my oven wouldn't even work.
Was electricity around in the 1800s?
I don't know. It's whatever Thomas Edison did. Or is that the light bulb? Is the light bulb electricity?
I think Benjamin Franklin is electricity.
Benjamin Franklin is a president.
Right? Benjamin Franklin is not a president.
Isn't he on the $100 bill?
Yes, but he wasn't a president. Hold on. Hey, Siri. Was Benjamin Franklin a president?
Here's an answer from reference.com. Benjamin Franklin never served as the President of the United States.
Get your shit together.
Wow, listen, the old white men all blend together at some point.
I mean, facts.
I would still fuck all of them.
But anyway, you were without power.
I was without power. I was living in the candlelit room of my apartment. I had to shower in the dark. I had to
spicy, kind of steamy.
Not even in a fun way. Like, not even like in a cute. Like, it was just scary. Like, I was scared. I have like a very industrial loft, and it's just like, it was not the most pleasant experience. I was Postmating every single meal. I was eating sushi with a flashlight as my only light source. It was, not a great time. So I went and decided to do shrooms.
Yeah.
And came and charged over here.
Yeah, so she came over here to charge her phone. And I was asking her about it, and we went on a little trip to Target. And I don't know how to explain this the best, but in the makeup section of Target, there was this, like, giant plastic Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palette.
It looked like the disco floor from Club Penguin, if anyone knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so it was like this like giant plastic eyeshadow palette, and each of the pans like lit up at different times. And Elissa just goes, "Wow, that is so trippy!" Like, in the
mind you, I was also high at this point.
Yeah.
Like I had I was like had smoked like a pen before going in there because we had just went to the dispensary. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, listen, that shit was, like, mesmerizing. And then I got stuck at the SodaStream section. Listen.
Yes.
I am willing to sell photos of my feet if someone is willing to send me a SodaStream.
Right.
Because I've never wanted something more.
The most random thing.
I would take a SodaStream over a Birkin any day. Yeah. Like, as of right now. Like, what?
I think that's a bit of an exaggeration.
No, like, I want the SodaStream so badly. And, like, you're probably thinking, Elissa, sweetie, why don't you just buy it? I mean, like, today for dinner, I, like, went and made, like, pasta and spent, like, $80 at the grocery store just for one meal.
Yeah.
So it's, like, the machine itself is, like, $80. Like, there's something, though, that it's just, like, it's not something I want to buy for myself. Do you ever, like, have those purchases? You're just, like, someone should buy this for me. And listen, maybe it's because I'm an entitled brat, but things should be given to me. I'm not someone that needs to be purchasing for myself.
No, never. I mean, there's always, like, the things that you get on Amazon, you accidentally put it on your mom's credit card, and you're like...
Yeah, I am known for doing that.
I mean, same.
Yeah. No, yeah.
No shame.
No shame in our game.
Never.
No shame in our game.
I mean, that's how I feel about a blender. Like, that's an adult staple that you need, and I just cannot...
I do think that it's a parent's responsibility to set their children up with everything their child would need to be an independent individual, and then it's like you let them go from there.
I mean, I don't know if a SodaStream is necessary for that.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't think you need sodas to be a successful adult.
The staple items that a parent should get their child is a SodaStream, a Keurig, a Chanel flat bag in the classic lambskin.
Right.
A
car.
Obviously a car.
Obviously.
I am known for convincing my parents to buy me a car within a day.
In cash. Pulled up to the CarMax. Oh, should we not say that? No CarMax. Pulled up to the dealership. Listen, if it makes you feel better, I drive a hand-me-down 2004 Subaru Forester. So...
Listen, it's definitely the type of car that you're asking her to drop you off a block away from the house.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. She has a story. She has
many stories.
She does.
She's very spacious.
I honestly, sometimes I really think about my first car and, like, miss just, all of the cum-soaked stains that are probably there. The times that I slept in the car overnight. I mean, there was one night he went to a farm party that my friend convinced me to, and we ended up sleeping at the farm in my car. Like 6 of us. Like, all shoved in my, like, SUV, just, like, trying to sleep.
Very spacious.
Very interesting. Yeah. But I wish you guys could see what is going on right now but there's a demon staring at us, making noises. A literal demon.
Should we take a little video and put it in the clip?
I'm like too scared to even like go near it.
Do you want me to grab it?
Should I throw something at it?
No. She just wants to be part of the podcast.
I wish I was like, could Katniss Everdeen that bitch?
No.
Anyways, my mom called me yesterday, and basically we're in the process of trying to get new passports for everyone. Mm-hmm. And there was like all this issue. Basically, it's not really that important, but they had to go to the courthouse to get a copy of their marriage license.
Okay.
They go to the courthouse. They wait in line. They get to the front desk. They get the marriage license. They walk out. As they're walking out, my mom opens it up and she goes, "Wrong wife."
What?
It was my dad's marriage license from his first marriage. And they literally have to go back in, and they're like standing in the end of the line. And the worker's like, "Oh, like, what's wrong? Like, is everything okay?" And my mom literally has to go, "Wrong wife." And he's like, well, everyone starts laughing hysterically. She had to be like, "Yeah, like, wrong marriage, like, not this, like, that's his starter wife."
That's hilarious, because your mom is like the funniest person on the planet.
She's such a bad bitch. She's such a bad bitch. Mm-hmm. Speaking of my parents, though, I have not told you this story, which very much surprises me, because it was quite an eventful night of my past month. Yeah. But I was home in Chicago for the holidays, and I did have a run-in with the law.
I need to hear about this.
It sounds so fake.
Like,
it sounds like we're really staging this.
No,
I promise you, I genuinely have not told her this.
The entire time I was getting ready for the podcast, I was like, "Alyssa, you need to tell me."
Yeah, I was like, I told you about how I almost got arrested? And she was like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, oops."
Yeah.
But basically, I was back home, and my parents converted their garage into like a COVID-friendly, socially distant hangout space. Since in Chicago it is obviously winter, it's cold, not fun. So they had heaters, whatever. I had two friends that I literally have not seen in years, that were like my Jew crew friends. We went to Hebrew school together as children.
Okay. That's just what happens here. We just ignore it.
This is what happens when you live in subsidized living.
Bitch, I can't. Is it like I live in some like
I'm kidding. No, she lives in a gorgeous apartment. There's literally two floors.
I do. We just don't have laundry in it, but we don't talk about that. But anyway, okay, how did the cops...
Yes. Cops arrested. Not great. So basically, I'm with my friend, we're having a little wine. It's at the end of the night. We've been hanging out all night. And basically, my friend was like, "Oh, I have some weed." And I'm a little bit of a stoner. I'm trying to, like, settle down from it, though. But, I was like, obviously, I'm down to smoke a little weed. So we're smoking a little weed. It's the end of the night. Everyone's saying goodbye.
Right.
Love you, kisses, moi moi. Yeah. I lock up. I set all of the alarms, everything. And I'm leaving. And all of a sudden, the police show up. And thank God, my friend's car was in front of mine. Like, they were pulling out first.
Wait, why did they show up? Just because?
Well, I'll get into it. Okay. Mind you, I'm like a little high at this point. I don't recommend driving while high.
Yeah.
I live very close, so it was just like a quick little, it's late, like, I'll just get there, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Not the best decision on my part. Not claiming to be the best decision maker.
Right.
So, I'm like, oh shit. So, my best decision making is I'm going to back up, and I'm going to pull back into the garage.
While the cop is right there.
While the cop is there talking to my friends.
Okay, not suspicious at all.
No. So I do that, and I get out of the car. Mind you, this is just another felony waiting to happen. I forgot that you can't drive with open alcohol, and so I had the, like, half-drinking bottle of wine. It's sitting in the backseat of the car. And when I get out of the car, I don't close the front door. So mind you, all of the lights in this beautiful Jeep are now on. Like, it's highlighting the half-drinking bottle of wine. And I get out of the car, and I'm like, compose myself. Like, let's make it,
Right.
Let's try and live our best fantasy.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, whatever. And they're like, oh, the alarm got set off. It was a really windy night, and the alarm, I guess, the wind opened a door. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So when I had turned on the alarm, it set it off. Right. Therefore, the police came. And I look at my phone, and it's a text from my friends saying, we told them we smoked weed 40 minutes ago. So I'm thinking, oh, like, okay, cute. Like, and obviously I'm sure they were going to already know, like, my eyes were red. Yeah. Like, I'm squinting. So, yeah. And so they walk up to me and they're like, can we see your ID? And I'm like, yeah, of course. So I'm like, let me go back to the car to grab it. I'm walking up to the car and they're like looking at me and I'm like, my wallet's in my pocket. Like, it's not even like...
You gotta pretend to just search the car. You just need to get
but then I'm like, here, I'm gonna reach into my pocket or like bend over the car and then reach into my pocket. Like, what the fuck does that look like? No. I get my ID. I give them the ID. And if you know anything about me, obviously, I used to be a man. And my driver's license is from when I was a 16-year-old boy.
Right.
And mind you, these police officers are not even wearing a mask. So it's the middle of the pandemic.
For those kind of police officers?
Yeah. So he looks at my ID, and I'm thinking, okay, like, I'm done for, like, I'm about to get hate crimed. All of a sudden, I kid you not, he starts backing away, and it's like, oh, like, you're not in trouble, like, you're fine, like, you're good, like, don't worry, like, you're totally fine, like, it starts backing away as if he's, like, terrified. Literally. I think this is the only time that I've, like, been able to pull the, like, minority privilege card. I literally think that it saved my life.
The only time transphobia has ever saved a
because I think I also had my phone in my hand. And mind you, I'm, like, dressed up, too, because I was, like, seeing friends for the first time. So, like, I'm wearing, like, a very nice outfit. Yeah. I'm in a very, like, nice neighborhood. And I'm holding my phone in my hand. And I remember my phone was lit up because the text messages were up for the friend. Yeah. So, in this climate, I'm sure they thought a bitch was filming.
An influencer posted real quick. Yeah.
So,
So what happened to your friends?
Oh, they let them go.
Oh. Mm-hmm. They said your cooties were all over everything and they just had to back away. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. And then they were like, okay. And they're like, you're staying here though, right? Like, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm staying here overnight.
As you get out of the car.
As I was like driving, but I think that was their way of being like, you shouldn't be driving. You know what I mean? So I did, pull back into the driveway. I like locked the garage. I was like sitting in the like garage, like fucking rocking back and forth. Like, oh my god, what just happened? I called my parents. Obviously they were like, what the fuck? Like, what's happening? And they thought I was kidding. Yeah. And then I drove home.
Right.
The entire time I was like, watch, they're hiding in the corner to wait to see if I'm going to drive away. Like, I'm going to get pulled over. I got home. My mom was like, I think the only reason you made it home alive is the adrenaline that probably was rushing through your body.
Yeah.
So, moral of the story, don't be a dumb bitch like me.
Yeah.
That's the time I almost got arrested.
That's crazy. You did not tell me that story before.
That's crazy.
That's kind of terrifying. Yeah.
I can't believe that I didn't say that.
No. That's wild. Wow.
Have you ever been almost arrested?
I don't think I've almost been arrested, but I got pulled over recently for the first time. And I normally am really good about driving, like never been in a car accident. This is my first time getting pulled over. And to be fair, it was quite a stupid reason to get pulled over.
Okay, what was the reason?
Okay, so just a little backstory here. I have been prescribed Vyvanse, and for like a week, I was having problems with my doctor, my insurance, like they were just, nothing was clicking. So I was just at CVS, tried to get my prescription, and they said, yeah, there's some hold date on it for the next month. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Mind you, I'm at CVS in Hollywood. So there is this man who is not mentally stable. Let me just give you...
a crackhead.
A crackhead, yes. Let me just give you like a little description of him. So he's wearing a children's like fuzzy beanie
Okay.
a muscle shirt, so he's got the whole cutout right
So
here.
sexy.
Basically. Shorts that are like as tiny as boxers.
Very hot.
No shoes. Never. They never have shoes. Never.
I mean, who needs shoes in this day and age?
Yeah, facts. And
Jesus didn't have shoes.
Jesus didn't have shoes.
Did
he? So, I don't know. Maybe he had sandals.
I'm sure. Oh.
The Jesus sandals.
Jesus sandals. Jesus
Right.
definitely had shoes.
So, and this man has a broom, and he's sweeping the parking lot.
Fun.
Yeah. And so he's going around to my car sweeping. And, like, my biggest fear is that some crackhead is going to open my passenger door and get in.
Yeah.
Like, that is, like, one of my biggest fears.
I totally agree with that statement.
Yeah, right? And I'm terrified that also if I lock my doors while they're near me, they're going to freak out, get pissed off, and then attack my car.
I think about that all the time. Anytime I, like, close or I lock my doors, I'm usually doing it while I'm looking around, and I'll always make eye contact with someone while I'm locking it, and then I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. Like, they probably
Right.
think. But, like, listen, we're women, so I feel like we get that pass because, like, you never know who's gonna fucking
Come try to
molest
kidnap
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Kidnaps
yes.
might be a little better.
Yeah. So I'm trying to skirt away real quick from the CVS because this man is just too close to my car for comfort. Like,
Yeah.
I'm freaking out. And I pull out of the CVS. I'm literally at a red light. Like, the light is red. And this is one of those, like, main intersections. So obviously it's going to be red for a minute. I pull out my phone to call my doctor. I'm at a fucking red light.
Right.
And it takes me a few little clicks. I'm just trying to call my doctor. And I see behind me a cop motorcycle, which was stupid. I should have known the cop was right there. He, like, blinks his little lights. And I've never been pulled over before. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, I'm not being pulled over. He has his lights on. Why are his lights on?
So, like, red and blue ones?
Yes. Because he didn't have, like, a siren or anything. So I was like, what does that mean? And then I'm like, oh, I'm stupid. I'm probably getting pulled over. Like, just in case I should pull over because I don't want to run from the cops. Like, just
that's my biggest fear. This is my biggest fear.
No, literally. Like, my dumbass literally would run from a cop by
Have you
accident.
seen those things on TikTok where they, like, have a piece of paper in their car that just says, like, I have COVID, and you just stick it up to the window?
I should have done that.
You should have had that. I literally think that everyone needs to have that in their car right now.
Yes, and I literally had so many amazing thoughts of how to get out of this situation after it happened.
I'm
So,
sure.
I pull over, and immediately, I have severe panic attacks. Like, I have severe anxiety.
Right.
Not gonna lie. Not gonna sugarcoat it.
So you're a pussy.
So I'm a pussy-ass bitch. And I pull over, immediately start sobbing and hyperventilating. Like, he's not even to my window yet.
It's sad.
And I'm hyperventilating. Because I'm sitting here thinking, oh my god, this ticket is gonna be like $400.
And this cop is going to rape me.
Maybe not that. Maybe not that. But I'm like, fuck, this ticket is gonna be so expensive. Like, I'm gonna have to call my mom, you know.
Yeah.
And
We've all been there.
Yes. And obviously I'm very privileged for that to be my first thought. Like, we'll just say that.
Yeah.
We'll just put that out there.
Listen, you could always...
Okay, I should have called Elissa to
I mean, that's my first thought.
But yeah, so he pulls me over and he comes over and he's asking me all these questions because I have a Texas driver's license still, but my car is registered in California.
Right.
Anyway, he just was giving me a hard time. He was asking me all these questions. I was hyperventilating.
He was like, show me your tits.
Show me your tits if you want to get out of this.
License registrations and vagina pictures, please.
Yes, exactly. I also didn't have my car registration because I'm stupid and
It's
I
like,
thought...
that's okay. We'll just have to do a vaginal exam.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I thought the sticker was just my registration. I didn't realize I had to have, like, the actual piece of paper.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's asking me all these questions. I'm hyperventilating. Can't even get the words out. Gives me the ticket. Goes away. I get home.
How much was the ticket for?
Literally $20.
No, it's annoying.
$20. And I'm like, dude, I am having a panic attack. I was at a red light trying to call my doctor.
Did you say that?
Yes. And he goes, do you need an ambulance? And I was like, no, but... And he's like... That's the only way you can get out of this. So, sorry.
You should have been like, then yes, I do.
Yes, I need a fucking ambulance. Look at me.
Somebody
I'm
call 911 on the dance floor. All right.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna get copyrighted.
Facts. But yeah, so I probably did need an ambulance. I was hyperventilating so hard. I could have.
And he didn't say, like, are you okay? Like, was he like...
He literally
stop
looked
crying?
at me, rolled his eyes, and was like, I'm not gonna hurt you. And I was like...
He said, I'm not going to hurt you.
He said, I'm not going to... I'm dead
That's
serious.
like the perfect epitome of like, you're going to hurt me. If someone like has to vocalize the fact that they're not going to hurt you, like they want to hurt you.
Right. Especially if you're a cop and you have to like, in the U.S., you have to say, I'm not going to hurt you. Like...
Yeah, that's like a little scary.
And I was truly panicking.
Yeah.
He just had to meet his end of the month quota, I guess.
Probably.
Yeah. Sorry, that was my Febreze. gotta get rid of the cat stench, you know?
Oh my god. Who's been your favorite and least favorite boy that I have been with or talked to? Or most memorable? Let's do favorite, least favorite, and then like MVP or like most memorable.
Okay. Let me think.
I mean, there's been many.
Can I use real names?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I feel like it depends on like what stage of this. So obviously is a mention.
Maybe not use real names, actually.
Okay. No, okay. Let's say Xavier. So Xavier is least favorite.
Least favorite
Because
that's an interesting choice.
He gave you so many good memories, had so much potential to be a good moment for you. Doesn't have to be doesn't have to be a boyfriend, but I'm saying like a good like summer fling, like a good little dipping into the pool of relationships, like a good moment.
Yeah.
And he really had a girlfriend. And he
had 3 girlfriends actually, but
yes. And just to preface, Elissa is way hotter than any of these bitches.
Say 3 girlfriends, as in the sense of he had 1 girlfriend. We started, having sex.
And to be fair, you didn't know at the time.
I mean, the very first time we hung out, I thought he was a single, eligible bachelor, ready to... Actually, no. What's so funny is the first time we ever hung out, I was genuinely just like, I want to like get this fuck in. I was horny. I was like, he's hot.
Didn't he do charity work too or some shit like that?
I really hope he's not watching that because that's not a fact that he told me. That's a fact that I stalked my way into finding out. Yes.
We can say that I stalked him.
I think he was like a Boy Scout. Like he was very like, to me, like just the epitome of your like, aww, like that's like,
yes,
and
he was not like, he was pretty attractive.
Yeah, he was hot for the time.
He was hot. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, the girlfriend thing definitely bugged me, obviously. Right. First one, second one, and third one.
And it just was very frustrating because like you definitely had a connection with him.
Right. Well, and then also towards the end, it got a little fruity where I was like, oh, I think that you may really be into men and I'm not the man for you.
Yes. Actually, we'll put him as like MVP.
I feel like he's most memorable. Well, no, I mean, I'll let you rate.
Yes,
I won't be involved in
We'll put him
your...
as most memorable because I have my least favorite, and it just didn't come to mind because honestly, it truly is hitting a little bit. For least favorite, we're gonna call him. I don't want to be too obvious.
We'll just explain who it is to me because they're welcome to know the background. I just maybe not. Let's not use.
Okay. Grew up with him.
Oh.
Yes, that's all we're gonna say. That's all we're gonna say.
Cool.
So we're gonna call him Bradley.
Okay. I think that's giving him so much credit. He's more of a yeehaw type of like missing a front tooth type shit.
Like, can we call him Sam?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. So we'll call him Sam. He was a real fucking asshole. He was honestly, and you know what?
I thought he was mean to me.
He wasn't mean to you, but I don't think he had enough brain cells to understand that he was being an asshole.
Well, I think that he was snorting protein powder on the side, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes, like steroids to the max.
Well, I actually think that he... I mean, this is like... Listen, if you're listening to this, Jude, this is a little embarrassing.
No, but truly...
But yes, I mean, he was quite honestly on steroids.
Yeah, I mean, if he's listening to this, I'll unleash my Scorpio on him, which is really actually just me hyperventilating.
Well, what's a little embarrassing is the fact that his penis was never even inside of me, nor do I even know. Well, I mean...
No. But still, like, there was a flirtationship there.
I like that.
Yeah, right?
I've never heard that before. Flirtationship.
Right.
That was
like,
cute. Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
but it was like masked in a friendship that was just very confusing. But like a little bit of definitely a waste of my time. Listen, if you're going to message me consistently and you're not trying to put your penis inside of me, but then
you're sending hearts? Heart emojis? What man sends heart emojis in a bro way?
No, it was definitely a little weird, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and he was shaped like a Dorito.
He was shaped like a Dorito. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wrong about that.
No, and he really bothered me because he definitely was, like, entertaining this whole, like, whether or not he knew. I mean, it could have been subconscious, but I don't think it was. Like, I think he was flirting with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree. The only reason I'm, like, saying no right now is because we are in a public format, and I'm a little worried that he will be watching. But, you know, let's just be real. I'm never going to probably see him ever again.
Right. And this was not something that Elissa was, like, carrying.
You're correct. Actually... Yeah. Let me go in. It was annoying, you know what I mean? I let a Dorito-shaped man piss me off. Well, because of the fact solely that, like, listen, we're in quarantine, it's COVID. He kind of popped up out of nowhere where I was just like, okay, like, I'm not gonna say no to the attention. We all love a little ego stroke.
Yes.
I know I do. Like, there's something about when you just know. I don't want to say that I was better than him. I just want to say that I was just like, I was a little maybe out of his league a little. I would say maybe.
Yes.
He's not that. Well, I'm going to say he's not the normal guy that I would go for, but quite literally that is like the same as the last boy. They were both the same, like city, suburb, whatever. Not the point. It definitely was like a weird, like, I would have been fine if first of all, he's someone that I literally would have was like, I'm down to just, like, have a good time, you know? Yeah. It was very weird. He also, as well, had a girlfriend.
Yes, he did. And also...
And then didn't, but then did.
Yeah, and it was weird because, like, to be fair, Elissa was not freaking out over this. Like, you're not going to freak out over a Dorito-shaped man.
No. We never even, like...
Like, we did not spend hours talking about this man and, like, freaking out over him. And, like, you know, it was just kind of like I'm talking to this guy.
He's an honorable mention. And the only reason, I mean,
like,
it was annoying.
It was annoying. And I think as, like, a friend, you know, obviously I'm protective over Elissa. So, like, if any dude is being an asshole, I'm going to take that 10 times more. Elissa's going to be like, okay, I'm over it, whatever. But I'm like, that dude's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, it was definitely very just like, oh, did I really just let a guy who, like, snorts whey take advantage of me? Like, there's no way.
Yeah, and so
there's no way. There's no
way.
Way.
There's
W-H-E-Y.
There's no way. Yeah, and I don't know, it's just really frustrating because, like, again, leading you on, giving you the idea, and then he has the audacity to talk to you about other women.
Oh, I did forget about that for a second. Yeah, so at the very end, he did basically tell me... Basically, let's set the scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's been a flirtation going on.
For quite some time.
For months.
Yes.
Months, mind you.
Yes.
He was overseas. I'm making it so obvious who this person is now. This man was overseas at that time.
Yep.
Hits me up with a very, like, stupid question that you can just tell someone's, like, trying to just start a conversation has nothing to do with the question. You know what I mean? When someone has, like, what's your favorite color type of, like, stupid shit.
Yeah.
And, we had a conversation. We talked for a few months. We were talking fairly regularly, I would say.
Yes.
For multiple times a week. Almost every day.
Yeah.
For a minute there. So, but nothing's coming out of it. He finally comes back to the States. I'm like, are we going to hang out? He's like, yeah, but, like, not actually making a plan. And I eventually was just like, okay, this is weird. To the point that I was like, I'm going to take things into my own hands. Like, final straw. Like, let's see, like, how far I can take this to see, like, make sure I'm getting the right vibes. Because I was then at that point, like, not sure. I've never had a guy, like, where I'm literally, like, being like, let's see each other. Like,
yeah, he was definitely
wink, wink. And he's like, yeah, no, definitely. And I'm just like, then why do you keep texting? Like, because I wasn't the one. Yeah. First of all, I will also say I was never the one really initiating the conversations.
No.
Ever.
He was a story swiper.
He was a story swiper.
Like,
he was a story swiper.
You could post a picture of, like, your dinner, and he'd be like, oh my god, so good. Like, let's go there sometime.
No,
like,
literally. I mean, I literally posted a photo of a bag of tortilla chips, and he had something to say about it.
Like, literally, a story swiper.
A story swiper. So, basically, I go to a sex shop with one of my friends to get matching dildos. And...
Really?
Yeah, well, vibrators.
Okay.
But yes, a dildo. Like
a vibrating dildo?
Isn't that what that is? Isn't because a vibrator is like the little one that you like. It literally is like
can be anything you want.
Yeah, you know, it can be anything you'd like it to be.
Yeah. I can show you a vibrator.
I'm sure you can. So I'm like, you know what? It's time to take things into my own hands. I'm feeling a little gutsy. Yeah. I'm feeling like I don't want to keep talking to this guy if it's going to go nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, I would have even been fine to just be friends. But it's like, I want to hang out with my friends. I don't need a virtual friend. If I wanted a virtual friend, I'd find someone on fucking Facebook. Like,
right.
Like, I'm confused. Right. And listen, I get we're in a pandemic. That's not the point. But we were both in the same situation that we were getting tested weekly.
And that you're kind of like... Let's be honest. We're all lonely. We're all kind of lonely.
We're all a little lonely.
We all need human interaction.
We all are trying to be as safe as possible.
Yes.
While still being able to
not lose your fucking marbles.
Right. You know, we all have responsibilities as well, and yeah, exactly. So I enter the sex shop and I basically send a photo saying, "Pick out your favorite pair of handcuffs."
Adding some spice.
Yeah, listen.
Adding some flavor.
I went for it.
Which was actually, I'm very proud of you for doing.
I'm very proud of myself as well. Because I think that just the fact that and it shows, ladies and gentlemen out there, sometimes you just have to shoot that little, like, shot out there because wouldn't you rather just know?
Yeah, exactly.
What's the worst thing that happened?
And that shows confidence and growth. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I sent it. And I got a response in which he told me to buy the velvet pairs. Those were his favorite. But he knew that because he was fucking his roommate and just ordered them whips. And that they bonded over the fact that they were both married to separate people.
And are still married.
Yeah, they are still married. Separated, but married.
Yeah. So
it definitely was not the response I was expecting.
No, because we hadn't heard of this roommate. Like,
no.
We've heard of this roommate.
We heard of the original
girlfriend.
Yes, because he had mentioned to me, like, oh, I'm so excited for COVID to be over so I can take this roommate to the bars. She's never been to a bar before. And I remember literally being like, wow, that's so sweet of you. What a good friend. And he's like,
that's some shit you'd say about me. Like, you know, you're like, oh my God.
Well, but now I'm literally sitting there, like, he's like, oh my God, telling me about how he basically wants to take this bitch on a date.
Which is stupid. Like, of course you're not going to think that when they say my roommate. Are you dumb? Like, brain cells.
Who's married. Like, he told me she was married and in a very messy situation. Not to, like, put her fucking shit out there.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, then, at that point, I think I literally responded with, cool.
Cool.
Because I was just like, what am I... Like, I was like, I can't not respond because I don't want to look...
like, desperate or hurt.
Right. Like, I'm not going to look hurt. So, I was just like, cool. He doesn't respond to me for a few days, maybe. And then all of a sudden is back on his bullshit.
Fucking story swiping.
And what made me so happy, like literally, again, making it so obvious. Literally, when I posted about my dad's birthday, is swiping up, being like, please tell your dad I said happy birthday. You don't even know my father. Like, what?
Yeah, what?
Like, that's, and then sending me heart eye emojis of, like, photos. Like, I'd post, like, a photo of myself swiping up with the heart eye emojis. Like, that's when I was like, oh, okay, like, you're genuinely just a freak.
Like, just a freak. Like, what's your problem?
Yeah, because I was offering...
What's his sign? Wait, sorry.
I have no clue. Could not tell you. I think the most, like, butthurt part of all of this is the fact that I kind of miss having my ego stroked by him. Like, it was kind of nice to, like, be, like, annoyed, you know? Like, everyone wants to be like, girl, like, I'm not gonna respond to that, but, like, also, like, tell me you're pretty.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. I mean, we all love when someone has a little crush on us, like, you know.
100%.
Like, I'm in a relationship, but when men have crushes, I'm literally not even into men. But if a man has a crush on me, like, I just feel so powerful because I know, like, I have the upper hand.
So he's
like,
your least favorite?
Oh, 1,000% because he's just a douchebag and he's stupid. I'm so sorry, but,
I
like,
feel like he's done the least shittiness to me, like...
No, I think it was just because he would just bothered me. Like,
I think he did bother you, but he's very, like, straight male, which I'm sure also, like...
That's probably it.
You know? I mean, listen, he irks me, too, at this point. I mean...
It was just, like, the most recent frustrating one.
It was the most recent frustrating one, because this is very, very recent.
Yeah. And then my favorite... I don't know. I feel like...
You're like, none of them.
None of them. Because I think that, like, all of these men, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with them, but they're missing out on this whole opportunity. Like, I'm sorry. Here, if you need an ego stroke, I got you. But for real, like, what are they doing? Where is their brain?
I mean, I agree.
Oh, wait. Favorite is the guy who left her boobs looking, like, fucked with, like, okay.
The meth addict. The literal meth addict.
This isn't actually my favorite, but I think that this is another honorable mention. Because this man, okay, Elissa texted me and she's like, I'm gonna go hook up with this guy. And like,
we went on a date, like
yeah.
Oh my God. And not to come for someone that was he was so broke that our date was walking around downtown LA. Yeah. He couldn't even afford, we went to a 7-Eleven because he wanted the like 2 for $1 like Arizona iced tea special.
Right.
Didn't even offer to give me one of them. Was like
this guy was not
admits to me that he's done every single drug in the entire world, including meth.
Not a functioning member of society.
No, didn't own a like genuinely. I think he skateboarded like 60 miles to get to my apartment.
Great. I mean, at least he's probably in shape.
He was.
Yeah. So
he had that meth addict skinny.
My dad's got the same thing.
So, and you're probably thinking, well, let's just continue with the story.
Yeah, so Alyssa's like, I'm gonna go hook up with this guy, and I'm like, okay, be safe. Like, we have each other.
I wasn't even gonna hook up with him. I genuinely was just gonna hang out with him in the beginning,
really?
I think.
Okay, well, I think we were just talking, and I was like, can you be safe? Like, we have each other's locations. Like, I'm like, you know, if you need me, I'm here. But afterwards, Elissa gets home, and we weren't living together at this point. And she starts, like, sending me pictures. She's like, oh my God, Tobi. Her boobs were covered in bruises. Like, I don't know how you still had boobs. I don't know, like, if someone did that to me.
Both tits were black.
How did they not pop like a gusher is my question. Like,
I don't know, but basically what happened is we, like, went for a walk. He was like, can I come back to your apartment? And in that moment, you know,
I went to his apartment. Maybe I'm thinking of something.
I don't even think he had an apartment. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he was homeless. Okay. No, he did, but it was somewhere like weird. No, he lived in a closet. Oh. He lived in a closet. What? I just remembered. He was renting a closet, literally a closet that he just put a mattress in. Yes, I remember finding this out after the fact.
Okay, no, I was thinking of the guy who you literally had to, like, run away from because you were sucking his dick, found out, like, thinking that, like, if he found out you were trans, like, you would be murdered, and you had to run away, and you said he had, like, a lot of tattoos or something.
No, that was at my apartment, too.
Are you sure? Oh, and he was on your couch, yes, and you were, like, freaking out. Yes, okay.
Yes, because he kept putting his hands in my pants, and this is pre-surgery, and I was like... Not the horrible, like, never do this again. This was at, like, a very, like, risky time of my life where I thought that was, like, an okay thing to do. But, yes, I did blow him on my couch while my roommate was in her bedroom, too. Like, she could have walked out at any moment, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an interesting dude, but I did end up talking to him after the fact, and like I did tell him, and he was still down to hook up.
Yeah, he was fine.
No, he was weird, but he was fine.
he was weird, but he was fine. Yeah.
He was honestly though, like, he had a great choke game. I will say one of the cutest things that he's like a guy has ever done was like he did this. Mm-hmm. We were watching as like a D-list scary movie.
Right.
It was like some crazy clown shit. But anytime a crazy scene, like a scary scene would happen, he'd cover my eyes. And like
kind of cute.
Kind of, and then he would cover my eyes like, and then like massage my neck while he like was covering my eyes, and it was like very just like taking care of me and like cute, and like we were like cuddling, and I was like resting on him. Right. He was very tiny, like very. He was also like a very skinny white boy, and I just like I need a little bit more like meat on their bones. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, there was another guy that you went to his place and you were hooking up with him.
So call me a whore.
A whore. No, you know what? We only have one life. And you just gotta live it. I don't know. You said that you went to this guy's house and you were like on top of him basically. This is like you having sex, I think. This was like the first time like you had sex with someone, like sex.
And this is in LA?
Maybe in Chicago, but it wasn't Xavier, as we spoke about earlier. It was someone you had sex with, I think.
Was he the foreign guy?
I don't know.
From like Dutch or wherever the fuck? Amsterdam?
Yes, then that's what I'm thinking
But
about.
it was at my apartment again, too.
Yes, because you said you were bad. You were saying something about your bad. I don't know why I'm like picturing you going to all these different men's places.
No, that freaks me out. I would much rather them come to me.
Yeah, 1,000%.
He's the one that didn't use a condom.
Yes,
and then
yes.
I had quite a bit of leakage in the elevator in front of a group full of people.
And that's why you have the emergency condom above your bed.
Exactly. Well, actually, it hasn't moved to the bathroom as of now.
So you look like a square, and now I'm in my phase of like, okay, I want to live, laugh, love.
You just told me I look like a square.
You said you look like a square.
She just told me I looked fat. No, I said I looked like a square, but you're not supposed to emphasize the fact that I look like a square.
Not a square, like a square. Like a...
Moving on.
Not a rebel. Oh my god, this bitch. Okay,
not a rebel.
Like, a square is someone who's very innocent, doesn't break rules.
I don't think anyone's ever described me as that, but I will take it.
No, okay, whatever. Anyway.
We're obviously on two different wavelengths.
We're on two different pages right now. Mm-hmm. So, I didn't realize you were making a joke about the shape. But anyway, that's fucked up. You should have more self-love. And on that note...
Okay, thank you, my therapist.
But you're actually my therapist. Let's be real.
That's very true.
But... Yeah, I was very much a square, so I don't have a lot of hoe stories. I moved out here, and then a couple months after I moved to LA, I got in my relationship. Mm-hmm. But my first girlfriend, we were on and off for my senior year of high school.
Scary to look at.
Okay. I mean, not that you'd ever see this. Or they're non-binary now.
Oh.
And yeah, they came out.
Well, I didn't use any pronouns.
There you go. So yeah, they have come out. But, so... I was, I had broke up with them, ended the relationship. I'm pretty sure it was me who did that. And it's at the end of a year. I'm about to move out to LA, and we go to hang out. And I'm from Texas, so like weed is hard to come by, and weed is not good out there. But they were like, okay, do you want to hang out and smoke some weed? And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I think we actually planned this to be a date. Like, I think we're going to try again or some shit. Because I remember, like, going to the store and, like, buying food or whatever. It was going to be a picnic.
Interesting.
And we're sitting in this field in the middle of nowhere, smoking weed. And mind you, I'm very much a lightweight. So it was, like, hitting.
Right.
Like, this trash Texas weed was hitting me somehow. That should really say something. And we're sitting there, and we're, like, hooking up. And I take my shirt off. And... First of all, we realized that we were in a field of onions, green onions. Like, we literally pulled them out of the ground because it smelled weird. And we were like, what is that? Pull a fucking onion out of the ground.
Oh,
and we're in the middle of nowhere, like, literally in this field. Like, okay.
Is it daytime?
It was, like, evening, but it was still light outside. But it was, like, yeah, it was
just... So you're surrounded by onions.
Surrounded by onions in a field. And I take my shirt off, and we're on this blanket. And I lay down.
And she fingers you with an onion?
No, she says no. I lay down, and we are in an ant pile. And so
They climb into your vagina?
No. So the ants are just all over. Like, I have ant bites all over me. And then it starts raining.
Oh.
On top of everything. So I'm fully shirtless.
That's a sign.
In a field of onions, getting ant bites. Like, it was just a sign that it was not going to work out. But honestly,
oh my god.
Yeah, so
that's terrifying.
That's
my biggest fear. That's why I can't do, like... field sex.
In public, just in the middle of daytime field sex? None of that for you?
That's not my vibe.
Not your vibe?
No.
Would you do it if it was a Texan man?
I mean, I'd do it if it was any man. Let's be real.
Oh my god, that truly just went into my nose a little bit. Yeah, so Alyssa's been trying to get me to take her to Houston to meet all the Texas
I'd
Spike
love
Boys.
to meet a cowboy. Like, please hate crime me, daddy.
Yeah,
All
MAGA.
I want.
MAGA.
Tell me I'm a man.
Literally, yeah.
I'm serious.
I mean, Houston's not like that, but we can go to a suburb. We could go to, like, Katy.
Ooh, look at you calling out these. Yeah, I mean, listen. I'd love to. What was that movie? The Longest Ride. Did you? And it's so not a you thing. That's
The Longest Ride.
no, literally. Like I'm sure it was like a Nicholas Sparks book. I'm sure it was an innuendo.
That's hilarious.
And I'd love to have the longest ride with the main character. Listen, any basic white actor, movie character, whatever, like I would just let them rail me.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd. Celebrity crush.
What movie is he in?
Everything. Like, he's just, like, your typical, like,
I know
dad.
him from somewhere, but I can't remember.
This is 40, I think he was in. I don't know.
Who was the guy from American Psycho or whatever? Like, the serial killer guy?
Zac Efron?
No. No, that was Ted Bundy. No. I don't remember, but he was hot.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Some serial killer movie. I'm probably thinking of the wrong one.
I can't do serial killer, so that's probably why. Unless it's the one when Christian Grey was like that Irish serial killer. God, Jamie Dornan. I mean, I know he has like a wife and kids, I believe.
Is that his real name?
Jamie Dornan?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He looks like he's short.
Should we Google how tall he is? Alexa, how tall is Jamie Dornan?
Jamie Dornan is 5 feet 11 inches tall.
Oh.
Taller than me?
Never mind. Maybe Anastasia Steele is just taller.
Maybe. Alexa, how tall is Dakota Johnson?
Dakota Johnson is 5 feet 7 inches tall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
That's
she's a
fine.
little bit of a taller girl.
She's hot.
She's very sexy.
Yeah.
They're both, I mean, who else was I saying that I really wanted to have? Oh, Megan Fox and MGK.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah. God damn. That's a
looks
very...
so weird. In my
Pete
head.
Davidson, if you're out there. First of all, this is like... Next to... Okay, so Paul Rudd is like my wholesome... I mean, I think he's also married.
Okay.
But Paul Rudd is obviously like my wholesome like choice of like celebrity crush. Obviously, you can tell I have got some daddy issues.
Mm-hmm. As do we all.
As we all, exactly. But MGK and Pete Davidson together railing me sounds...
Taking turns?
Megan Fox could also be... Like, I'll have an orgy. Orgy with
Madison
them.
Beer, too.
Yeah.
But the problem with her is, like, I don't know if I want to look like her. Like, I think I just want to look like her. I don't think I can
Madison Beer?
Yeah.
100%. I that looked really shady because I, like, looked like I rolled my eyes. It was not... Like, I do love her. Great. But she's definitely not up there in terms of, like, I want to fuck her. But I would love to look like her.
Yeah, because I think I'd be kind of insecure if I saw her naked. I think I'd be like, that's what I want.
I know, that's my only issue about, like, if I were to be with, and not that I would, again, ever have the opportunity to sleep with MGK or
you
Megan
want
Fox.
to look like MGK?
Although, well, I mean, honestly, yeah. I will detransition just to look like MGK.
Right.
No, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be insecure. Pete Davidson, not so much, because he's kind of like a goofy-looking, goofy kind of guy that it's just kind of like, fuck me, daddy, and he's probably, like, giggling to himself, getting high.
Megan Fox is insecure material. Like, I would be insecure.
I mean, at least she's like kind of old now, so it's like I feel
she's
a little
still MILF.
She totally is, but like if it was young Megan Fox, I wouldn't be able to do it. Because it's like old Megan Fox and she's got a little crow's feet going on. I'm kind of like, you're still insanely hot, but I'm not wanting to actually off myself thinking about like I'd still eat her out.
Yeah. Yeah, facts.
I miss
COVID.
that. When did you get a blanket?
Just like a few seconds
I
ago.
literally don't remember her ever getting up to get a blanket.
Well, because I decided that I was hot, and then I took my jacket off and decided I was cold. So, this is what's happening.
Guys, the blanket is real fur, so please go leave her...
It's made out of Maui's, actually.
Yes, please go leave her hate comments on her Instagram. Her Instagram is at Tobi Marlin.
As if I could afford real fur. This is IKEA.
I mean, you said it, not me.
And we're vegan. Just kidding. We're not vegan.
Who's vegan?
We're not vegan.
Sweetie, I love a good McDonald's chicken nugget.
I love a McDonald's
Although,
chicken
I mean,
nugget.
honestly, is that even real chicken?
Probably not.
No, I'm sure it's vegan.
Can we give a quick diet tip?
Sure.
Chicken nugget diet.
Oh my god. When I was in 8th grade, I did go on the chicken nugget diet. Actually, no, it may have been in high school. But I only ate chicken nugget products. So it was
McDonald's, right?
Yeah, so the main source of the diet was McDonald's chicken nuggets. I do think that they have changed their recipe over the years to have more carbs in their chicken nuggets. Because back in the day, I used to literally, I could solely eat chicken nuggets and I would lose weight. Now they've got like a lot more carbs.
Yeah.
But yeah, or, you know, if I needed to get, this was in high school. Because I remember there, like, having to go to the cafeteria and obviously there's no fucking chicken McDonald's nuggets there. But I would get, like, the chicken patties, like, to get, like, a chicken patty sandwich, which was just one big chicken nugget, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would just not eat the bun, I would just cut the chicken patty up.
Oh my god.
And I would eat it. And that was my chicken nugget diet. So,
there you go.
for all of yous out there. Okay, Elissa. That's the cue to go. This has been so fun. I'm so glad that we did this. Do you want to plug anything you'd like? She's on lesbianlovers.com.
Right. My Instagram is at Tobi Marlin. That's pretty much all I got.
The GoFundMe for her conversion therapy will be linked down below.
Right, because Alyssa wants me to be straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, wouldn't the world be so much better if everyone was just straight? I don't understand.
Right.
Honestly, actually disagree. I think that all women should be straight and all men should be... Oh, well, if all men were gay, that wouldn't work.
Favor, at least. Don't know.
Do you say that would work out in my favor because I'm a gay man?
I said that doesn't work out in your favor?
No, because I'm the gay man.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Everyone,
Putting
go
the
again, leave her
right
hate.
in my mouth. Yep.
Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode, and I will see you guys next week for next week's episode. Bye, guys.